Mr. Hug and Crosby. It's hot as balls. But and the kitties are trying to get out. Look at those kiddies. Kiddies, what are you doing? Oh, here comes Spirit. The kitties are trying to escape. Help! Here come the cops. Yep, Nikki, that's exactly what they're saying. Why can't we come out? Why do you guys get to be out there and we don't get to be out there? Well, you know why. Well, come on over, Stony. You're welcome. She's far away. It's sad. The Paw Patrol. They're coming for the kitties. Crosby, what are you doing? Look at my ugly feet.
What are you doing?
Kitties by the window. See my Stoli lights? My Stoli vodka lights above Rick. Ah. Yes. Look at the fabulous new patio furniture. It's nice. It's comfortable. It's relaxing. I love it. Oh, Crosby. Crosby's trying to get out of the tent.
Hey, buddy.
Look at. Look at.
You're not going to be able to get very far in that movie. Come here, you dorkhead.
Hey, Adobe. Thank you. Yeah, we're digging it. We like it. We like it a lot. We're old folks. We've paid our dues. It was time for some nice, fantastic patio furniture. Love you too. Are you home, Adobe? Are you home? Did you make it home? Dog net, yeah. The net does not stop the dog or the cats, which is why we're not letting them out onto the patio, because they'll take off, and we don't have collars for them. Oh, we do have collars for them, but you put the collars on the kitties and they turn into catatonic cat, and they fall over. They just fall over. Donna here too. It's starting to cool down now a little bit, but what is the temperature? Let me go take a look here. Oh yeah, it's just another spaceship. 54 degrees, and I think the humidity is still up in the upper 70s. Conditioning in the house. That's all I gotta say about that. And I know I'm a big wimp compared to you guys who are out, who have suffered through the summer in Nyland, but man, I couldn't handle that. So Donna, do you live inland, and Nikki, you live along the ocean? Is that how that works? Woo! Everything's fine. Oh. And humid too, I suppose, Stony? Yeah, today earlier it was close to 90, wasn't it, Rick? I think it got to 89 or 90 degrees, but when it's so humid, ugh, terrible. Canada. In the tropics. The tropical, well, I mean, there's a good part of the upper northwest that is kind of like a rainforest, isn't it? It's like rainforest-ish. Hi, Bob. I mean, we're kind of up by Canada, Derhay too, don't you know? From Portland. Oh, your family's from Canada. Oh, interesting.
Hi.
I have an accent. I all the time have people ask me where I'm from, because I've got a very strong Milwaukee accent. Yeah, you betcha, don't you know? Why are you all up in Rick's flavor? Hunde. Hunde. Don't you bark at me. Don't you bark at me, little man. Little old man. There's no barking on Sundays. Did you not hear my rule? So you were from California originally and now you live down south. Oh, interesting. So you went from kind of a hot place to a really hot and humid place, huh?
It's a bug, buddy.
Crosby is barking at flies now. Things are going crazy on the TV. So Rick went out and bought a little smart TV for out here so we can watch Netflix and stuff while we're sitting out here, which is pretty cool. We like that. That's awesome. And it was really cheap, actually, because he got an open box model. Because we don't pay full price for anything. We try not to anyways. So he got an open box model. It works perfectly fine. No problems. It's not very big, but it does all the things that we want it to do, which is great. So we can watch Hulu out here. We can watch Netflix.
You have a 12-foot wide screen.
Yeah. And then we've also got our 12-foot... We have a 12-foot wide screen that we put out in the backyard. Hi, Deb. And sometimes we do movies out here and we invite the whole neighborhood and then everybody brings something to eat and we provide like lemonade for the kids, and then we also have some adult beverages for the adults, like we'll put out a bottle of vodka or a bottle of rum that they can put in their lemonade. And we have the table back here and we'll just fill that up with food, and everybody brings their lawn chairs and they sit in the backyard and it's really a lot of fun. And then we have like 5-point surround sound, going on outside too, so it gets really loud. So we make sure that we invite every neighborhood that might be affected by every neighbor that might be affected by the loud sound from our movies. So we don't get the cops called on us. Hi, Gerald. Hey, H7. So that's how we do it. It's a lot of fun. We're kind of the neighborhood. We're the neighborhood instigators of stuff. Hey, peeps. How's it going? Good to see ya. So Adobe was on here earlier. I had talked to him. I texted him earlier to find out if he had made it home yet. He was almost home. And he said aside from a layover that he had because of a dust storm, everything was going good and he was having a fun ride home. So that's good. Oh, that's good. Thank you. Woo. Oh, it's starting to get a little windy out here. That's good. Feels good. Chrissy's going to sleep. Good night, Chrissy! That's a good boy, Crosby. Look at him sitting there. Aw. Sitting there so sweetly. I can't drink any beers tonight. I gotta work tomorrow, so gotta stay nice and sober. But tomorrow night, I'm gonna have some beers. I will tell you that right now. I know I'm working. Usually I don't work on Mondays, but we have a couple events tomorrow. Actually, there's a band there tonight. And then tomorrow night there's another band and a luncheon. So I'll be working tomorrow for that. And then we are closed on Tuesday, which is great. At least we have one day where nobody has to go into work, which is nice. So we'll be off on Tuesday. And I think I'll be off on Wednesday. We'll have to see. I may go in. I don't know yet. Hi, Cajun gal. All I drink is beer. I'm not a drinker. I don't drink any of the hard alcohol. Occasionally, if we go out to the bar to go play pool or darts or something, I will have a shot of Jameson with my beer. But for the most part, I just drink beer. Yes, my dog is a sweet boy. He is such a sweetheart. Are you so sweet, Crosby? Are you so sweet? Crosby? Crosby? You're such a good boy. Look at that smile. You're such a good boy. Oh, believe me, when I was younger, I got into lots of trouble with drinking. Now I play it smart. I don't really go out and drink at all. I just stay home, have some paps now and then. We are sitting in I'll show you my tent, or whatever this is called, the gazebo. Sitting in the gazebo on our fabulous new patio furniture. See, look at, we got a fan outside here to help move the air around a little bit. Yes. Cheers. And we've got our smart TV over there, and Rick is watching Thor Ragnarok. Oh, that's funny. Oh, yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's nice having kind of an outdoor place to sit, hang out. Just kind of extends the house out a little bit into the outdoors for the summertime. I mean, we do have like at least half the year where we can be outside, where we can hang out outside, maybe even a little bit more than half. From about May until about October, we can hang out outside, and then the rest of the year, it's winter. It's the frozen tundra. And yes, I am a cheesehead. For all of you who might be wondering. Are you a cheesehead, Crosby? Let's ask him. Are you a cheesehead? Are you a cheesehead? Or are you a bear fan? Do you like the Bears? Do you like bears? He doesn't know. He's like, Mama, I don't even like football. I like the World Cup. So, are you guys watching the World Cup at all? Soccer fans? No soccer fans out there? Everybody that I work with tried to take off today to watch the World Cup. Isn't that crazy? Thanks, peeps. Yeah, Rick and I are going to be 50 this year. We figured we're adult enough now to have fancy outside furniture, I think, and we got a great deal because, of course, like I said, we don't pay full price for anything. So, oh, I love cars. Love cars. I'm kind of just a on again, off again fan of sports. I mean, I like the Brewers, so that's our baseball team. And, Frick's got it on. I'll watch it with him. I love watching the Packers play. I live with two people from Massachusetts, so we end up watching a lot of Patriots stuff too. I love watching basketball, but I love watching basketball live. I don't like watching it on TV. And I do like hockey. We have like a minor league hockey team here in Milwaukee, the Admirals. So hockey's fun. Oh my. What is my favorite car? Well, I'd really like to get like a 67 Camaro and then have the license plate be the letter B, the number 4, my TME, so before my time, because I was born in 68. I think that would be fun. And what else do I like? When growing up, my grandma, when I was a kid, my grandma had a 1970 Maverick, Ford Maverick. Had the racing stripe up the front, and it was such a freaking fast car. Oh my gosh. You know, when she got rid of that car, I was really sad. I was like hoping that she would like have it and that I could like buy it from her when I got into high school because it was just a fast, it was a V6, I think. Was it a V6 or a straight six? It was a V6, I believe. And it was fast. I mean, when she would put the pedal to the metal, it'd be like, bah! You know? And it was cool. It was a cool car. So I kind of have a soft spot for the Mavericks, you know, so I'm always looking for them. You know what? My grandma and grandpa got rid of the Maverick to get Pintos. They had two Pintos. They had a Pinto wagon and then they had the Pinto hatchback. And yeah, that hatchback had a V6 in it. It was rear wheel drive. Crazy. You think about that now. I mean, and that was a little car, you know? And then when they got rid of that, they got when they got rid of the Pintos, they just they got one car because my grandpa retired. They got a Toyota Tercel, and I actually enjoyed driving that little car around. Oh, you had the wagon with the 8-cylinder. I don't know what, you know, I don't know if my grandma's had an 8-cylinder or not. Did they come with a 6, the wagons, or did they come with a 4? I mean. Or maybe it was an 8 and his was a 6, the little Pinto. But yeah, that was crazy. Big ass engine, such a little car. My first car that I bought myself was a Ford Escort, 4-door Ford Escort. It had I think it had a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder engine. 4, 6, and 8. You know what? I think my grandma had a 4 then. I think she probably had a 4-cylinder in the Pinto. In the Pinto. Because I remember her complaining about how it had no pickup. But yeah, I mean, if you go from a Maverick to a Pinto with a 4-cylinder, yeah, it's not going to feel like it's got any power. Monte Carlo. Oh, yes. Yes. Monte Carlos had... My best friend in high school had a Monte Carlo. Hi, Anton Cookie! We're just talking about cars right now. A Vega? Oh, no. A good friend of mine in college had a frickin', what was it? A Yugo. My friend in college had a Yugo, and she called it her Yuvette. And everything that could go wrong with that car went wrong. I'm not even kidding. Like, everything that could go wrong with that car went wrong. And then I also had a friend in high school who had a Gremlin. So, me and my friend Amy are driving down the freeway, and her driver's door falls off. It just falls off. We're just driving along, and plunk, the driver's door falls off. It was the summer. We had the windows rolled down, so believe it or not, the window didn't break. So we stopped, we backed up, got the door, threw it in the hatchback, went to her house, and her brother, I mean, it had broken on the hinges in such a way that her brother couldn't fix it, so he welded the door on, okay? I'm not even kidding. 2 months later, on the same stretch of freeway going around the same curve, the passenger door fell off. Once again, we stopped, pick up the door, glass didn't break in the window, threw it in the back of the car, took it over to her house, and then her brother welded that door on. So to get in and out of the car for the rest of the time that she had it, we had to go through the hatchback. Isn't that funny? Oh, hey, Katie's here too. Hi to everybody who just came in and I was like not paying attention as I was telling my story here. Katie, who else is here? Anton, Katie, Gerald, Stone the Crow. Everybody up in the house. Yes! It was a race car. Yes, it was very funny. And Like we'd go to drive-in movies in her car, and we'd have to we would back the car into the space, open up the hatchback, and sit in the hatchback and watch the movie because we could get in and out of the car. Oh. Ooh, 73 Dodge Challenger. Oh, that's nice. Oh, had. Oh, wow. That would have been nice to have now, though, hey? That's a fast car. Rick, when we first started dating, he had a 76 Pontiac Le Mans. That had a V6 in it, right? What, it had 8? 8-cylinder? Yeah, he had a Le Mans with an 8-cylinder, and that car was fast. And then it was in really good condition too for the age of the car. So I think, he had hopes of like restoring it. But then one day when he was getting off the freeway, somebody they ran a red light, right, and T-boned you, Rick, or what happened? They turned left into you? And totally messed the car up. So he got rid of that car and he got it was a 88 Grand Am or 88 Grand Am. That was a fast car. That car was fast. And then after that, we got the Accord, right? Yeah, he got an Accord and I got a Civic. And I loved my Civic. I loved that car. You miss driving it? Yeah. Oh, wow. So you have a gravel road? Funny how we grow up. Now I own a Dodge Caravan with broken AC. That's funny. Oh, my Civic was awesome. I loved my Civic. I had a 91 Civic. It was a 4-door. It wasn't the hatchback. And it was great. I mean, I could fit everybody in there. And the trunk was a great size. I could take it camping. It was great. I loved that car. No pavement. That's crazy. Are you a hillbilly? Do you live in Appalachia? Do you make moonshine? That's funny. I'm such a city girl. I don't know anything about these things. Your daily driver's a lifted Dodge 4x4? That's bitchin'. You had a 68 Mustang for 20 years? Why did you get rid of it, Katie? Well, hey, I drove for 12 years a Mazda B2400 truck. And it was awesome. I loved that truck, but it was starting to nickel and dime us to death, so I got rid of it. You totaled it, Katie! Oh no! Did you have a wild night at the bar and then you went and flipped the car? Or were you coming home from church and you flipped the car? That's terrible. I'm sorry that happened to you. Flipping a car is never fun. That reminds me of a story. Rick's grandma had a car, and she was getting married. And she was getting married at 80 years old, okay? She was getting married to her dead sister's husband. So all of a sudden, all these cousins of Rick's became his uncles. It was very strange. But anyways, she decided to, clean out her house. And, so she invited all the grandkids over, and she's like, if you guys want anything, come on over. And, she's like, I got all the stuff that I want to take with me out of the house, so come on over and just take what you want. So all the grandkids came over and were looking at all of her stuff, and it felt a little weird to be taking her things, but, better to give them away than throw them away, you know what I mean? So we all go over there, we're looking at her stuff. Somebody goes out to the garage, they open the garage, they look at her car, and the whole roof of the car is all dented in and crazy. And everyone's looking at it like, what the heck happened? So we went over by Grandma, like, Grandma, what happened to your car? And she's like, oh, I rolled it. It's fine. Oh my gosh, Katie, that's scary. That's very scary. Yeah, she was laughing at me because I was telling my story about Grandma Hug saying, "Oh, I rolled it. It's fine." Grandma Hug's also the same person who at like in her well into her 70s decided that she was going to clean her windows. Okay? And she was a very independent woman. She would just do whatever she needed to do. Okay, she was a farmer. She lived on a farm. She just handled everything. So she's, climbs up into the kitchen sink, opens up the window above the kitchen sink, and hangs out and kind of turns over. And she's up there and she's washing the window, washing the window. Well, the window came down on her and she couldn't get the window back up. So there she is hanging out the window. And she, there was nobody there to come help her. Finally, one of the neighbors drives by and sees her hanging out the window and is like, "Oh my gosh, Madeline, what's going on?" She's like, "I'm stuck in the window." So, they go in the house, they open the window, they get her back in. She's fine. But they decided, well, okay, the grandkids decided, let's get her a whistle. So if that happens again, she'll have the whistle around her neck. She can blow the whistle, get somebody's attention. Because, she could have died out there, So the next time the grandkids go over to visit her, they're talking about the whole window incident, and we're like, "Grandma, where's your whistle?" And she's like, "Oh, it's hanging on the wall over there." Grandma, how are you going to get the neighbor's attention when you're hanging outside the window if you don't have the whistle around your neck? "Oh, it'll be fine." So then Grandma gets married. We go to her wedding, and again, she married her dead sister's husband, okay? And we go to the reception afterwards. It's at a nunnery because Grandma liked to hang out with the nuns, okay? She loved hanging out with the nuns. She would plant a big vegetable garden. She'd take them vegetables. She would drive them around. She would do stuff with them. She loved the nuns, okay? Very good Catholic lady. So they had the wedding at the nunnery. And so we're down in the basement at the nunnery, and everybody's dancing. They got a polka band playing. All of a sudden, all these little old nuns come down, okay? All these little old nuns. They couldn't have been more than 4'5" tall. All in their little blue habits, okay? Because they're retired, so they're wearing the blue habit. All of a sudden, they're out there and they're dancing. They're all out there polkaing and having a good time. I think I've seen a couple of them, drinking something. I don't know what they were drinking. I don't think it was alcohol, but they were drinking. All of a sudden, the Mother Superior lady walks in and she stares at all the little old nuns. They all looked at her like, "Uh-oh," and they all quick and zoomed away and got out of the room. Oh, funny times. Dancing nuns. What can be more funny than that, right? So that's my story. I hope you are all thoroughly entertained by that. Time for a drink of tea in my little tiny, tiny, tiny bottle. Oh, his fireworks going off. He's getting freaked out. I'm a big girl. I need a big bottle. All right. Well, I think I'm going to get offline now. I just wanted to say hi. Good evening. Love you guys. Yes, and I'm sticking to it. You got it, Katie. I'm getting kind of warm out here. It's hot, Mr. Hug. I know it's 82, but it's still humid. My glasses are steaming up. Look I got steam lines on my glasses here. That's not attractive, is it? It's not attractive. You guys have a great rest of your evening, too. I'm probably going to hit the hay in an hour or so. I'm tired. It's been a long weekend. A lot of work at work this weekend. And in this heat and humidity, it's just been exhausting. So I'm getting tired. But I love you guys. Goonie Nation. Goonies forever. Never say die. You have a good night. I know I will.